Hello children, in this video I'll be discussing about the structure of the human ear. You know that if you are not able to hear, how difficult life becomes. So it is very important to know about the machine which is helping you to hear. So this particular structure of human ear that I'll be drawing, it is important both from biological point of view, biology, or you can say physics, or even the chemical reactions going on inside. So whatever may be the case, knowing the structure of human ear is very important for anyone. So when we begin the structure of the human ear, so we have the external portion. So this is called the pinna, and this pinna, this is the characteristics of mammals. Okay, only mammals have a pinna. You'll not find any other organisms having pinna. So they just have a membrane on top. Okay, you see a bird, if you observe a bird carefully, you'll find just behind the eye portion of the bird there's a white color membranous structure. So that is their eardrum. But for us, we have a pinna, and this pinna will lead into a tube, and this tubular portion, it is called the auditory canal. This auditory canal will come and meet a dead end which is covered by a membrane. So it is up to here that you can reach. Whenever we try to remove earwax, we can reach only up to here. So this particular portion, right from here up to here, this is called the external ear. It's called the external ear. Now this membrane, it is called the eardrum, or it is also called the tympanic membrane. Tympanic, tympanic membrane. Okay, now this just behind the tympanic membrane, you have the ear bones, or the ear ossicles they are called. So there are 3 ear bones, and these are the smallest bones of your body. Okay, let me mark them as bone number 1, 2 and 3. So the first bone, it is called the hammer. Second bone is called anvil, and third bone is called the stirrup. They have other names as well. Hammer, anvil, stirrup are also called as malleus, incus and stapes. So these are the 3 names, out of which the third one, that is stirrup or stape, is the smallest bone. Okay, out of the 3 bones, this is the smallest one. So all these 3 bones, they are suspended. It's a cavity like structure, so they are suspended by ligaments. So this part where the bones are located, this is called the middle ear. Now this stirrup or the stapes, it will connect to a circular coil-like tube, and this circular coil-like tube, it is called the cochlea. This cochlea is the main organ of hearing of our human ear. Now this cochlea will constitute the inner or internal ear. This cochlea is filled with fluid, and it has got sensory hairs. So how the sound is created, that I'll come to that discussion. So from the cochlea, a nerve will arise, and this nerve will carry the information to your brain. Okay, and the sound will be processed in your brain. This is called the auditory nerve. It's called the auditory nerve. Now at the junction of the stirrup and the cochlea, you will find three semicircular tubes. You'll find three semicircular tubes, and these are called the semicircular canals. These three tubes are called semicircular canals. Okay, now let us see what are the functions of the different structures and how do they function. Now when the sound wave will come in, it's a mechanical wave. So when the wave comes in, so the pinna helps in collecting the waves coming from different directions. For example, like if we are talking about wild animals like rabbits, deer and all, you find that they can move their pinna because their pinna helps, they have large pinna, it helps them to collect sound coming from different directions. So the sound will enter, and as it enters, it will travel through the auditory canal and it will come and hit the eardrum. As it hits the eardrum or the tympanic membrane, the eardrum will vibrate. As it vibrates, the ear bones also vibrates. Okay. As the bones vibrate, they will transmit the vibration to the fluid which is present inside the cochlea. And this fluid is immersed in some sensory hairs. Some new nerve hairs will be there, nerve endings will be there, very fine. Okay, so those hair like structure will get activated and they will create a signal which will be carried by the auditory nerve to your brain. Now what is the function of the semicircular canals? You must have been on a merry-go-round, or when we spin round and round and we stop, we still feel dizzy. Why we feel so? Because there is fluid inside the semicircular canal, and when we are moving round and round, this fluid also comes into motion. And as it comes into motion, after we stop, this fluid still tends to remain in a state of motion because of inertia. And then the fine hair, the nervous hair which are present, they get activated, and actually these three semicircular canals, they maintain the balance of our body. So when those hair will keep on moving, it will cause unbalance to our body. So from here also a nerve arises which goes and joins the auditory nerve. So these three canals, they maintain the balance of our body, and cochlea helps us in hearing. Now this entire machinery, it's like a machine, a small machine. If you catch your ear at this point from outside, you can feel that there is a hollow space in your skull. So suppose there is a skull, and if you catch here, you'll find that there is a hollow space here. Okay, and inside this hollow space, the ear machinery is located. So let's say there's the hollow space inside which this whole machinery is located. Now one more thing we have to know here is that suppose you have been on a flight. So when the flight ascends, the aeroplane takes off, our ear gets blocked. It's not only about flight, even if we go to a hilly terrain, we can experience that. As we are going up, our ear gets blocked. And why it happens? Because you see, because for this eardrum to vibrate properly, the air pressure, both outside and inside, has to be same. But as you are going up in a higher altitude, the outside pressure becomes less. So, and the pressure of air inside this cavity is more. So what will happen is that the eardrum will be pushed in the outward direction like this, because outside air pressure is less. Initially it was like this, so it will be pushed out. Okay, so in order to release that pressure difference, what we do, we yawn. When you yawn, why or how the air pressure gets balanced? Because just behind the eardrum there's one more structure. It's a tubular structure, and this tubular structure, it opens just behind our buccal cavity. Suppose this is our mouth, this is the tongue, this is the buccal cavity. Just above, because this is the ear, okay, just above the buccal cavity, this tube will open. This tube is called the Eustachian tube. Eustachian, Eustachian tube. So the moment you yawn, air from inside, because inside is high pressure, will rush out. So the pressure gets balanced. Same way when you are descending, you're coming down, again your ears will get blocked, because now the outside pressure will become high and the inside pressure will become low comparatively. So the eardrum will become like this. So again you yawn. So what will happen? Air will rush in through this Eustachian tube and the balance will be created. So the hearing is restored properly. So therefore we have ENT specialists, doctors who are called ENT specialists, ear, nose and throat, because all these three structures are interrelated. When you suffer from cold and cough, your ears also gets blocked. Why? Because in this buccal cavity there will be lots of mucus, and that mucus will be blocking this tube. So the air passage through from this chamber to and fro from this chamber will get affected. So if you rinse your mouth and neck properly with warm salt water, so the mucus gets removed and your ear gets cleared up. So that is the beautiful structure of the human ear. Thank you so much for hearing. If you have liked the video, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for further videos, further notification. Till then, thank you.